All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're exploring one of the most critical and honestly invisible frontiers in medicine, the developing brain. We're going to uncover the hidden dangers it faces and meet the surprising animal ally that's helping scientists protect it.
It's a huge question, right? A baby's brain is just this incredible work in progress, a super complex biological construction project. But that very complexity, well, that's what makes it so fragile. And figuring out how to safeguard it is one of the biggest challenges in medicine today.
You see, the process of building a brain happens so fast and it's so intricate that it creates these critical windows of sensitivity. During those times, the developing brain is extremely susceptible to everything the mother is exposed to. We're talking about the food she eats, the air she breathes, even invisible pathogens. So, how in the world do scientists study these risks? I mean, we obviously can't test potentially harmful things on human pregnancies. That would be completely and totally unethical. This creates a massive challenge, and it forces scientists to find an incredibly accurate stand-in, a model that can mimic human pregnancy with pinpoint precision. A really great way to think about this is like a flight simulator. You would never test a brand new jet with real passengers on board, right? No way. You use a hyper-realistic simulation to find all the risks and create safety protocols first. That is exactly what researchers need for pregnancy, a biological flight simulator. And this is where we see a crucial fork in the road. Rodents, our usual lab models, have these smooth brains, and a lot of their really important brain development happens after they're born. But primates, just like us, have folded brains, they're gyrencephalic, and crucially, all that complex development happens in the womb. That makes them a much, much better match for studying what happens before we're ever born. So if primates are the right category, which one is the best fit? Well, it turns out one primate model stands out as an almost perfect match for understanding human pregnancy, the baboon. Get this, baboons share about 92% of their DNA with us. 92%. That incredible genetic closeness is the foundation, the bedrock, for all the other stunning similarities that make them so perfect for this kind of research. And the parallels go so much deeper than just DNA. I mean, think about it. They have a similar length of pregnancy, nearly identical brain folding, and even the same ratio of gray to white matter. Then you add in their long infancy and complex social lives, the list of shared traits is just incredible. It means what we learn from them is directly applicable to our own development. Let's just lock in that key term, gyrencephalic. It just means a brain with a folded cortex. All those grooves and ridges you see, they dramatically increase the surface area for neurons, which is the secret sauce for the complex thinking we see in both humans and baboons. This just shows how deep these similarities run. It's wild. Even the brain's plumbing, its vascular system, develops on a nearly identical schedule. The major arteries in a baboon fetus become distinct right around their equivalent of our second trimester. This is absolutely critical for understanding exactly how a toxin might get from a mother to the fetal brain. Okay, so we've established that the baboon is an amazing model. Now for the payoff, let's look at what we've actually learned. This is where it all connects to the real world. So studies using these models have confirmed just how devastating common heavy metals can be. We now know for a fact that things like lead, mercury from seafood, or arsenic in water can cross that placental barrier and cause severe harm. Everything from impaired brain development to growth restriction and even stillbirth. And the same goes for those invisible invaders, viruses. The baboon model was absolutely essential for understanding how the Zika virus could get to the fetus and cause catastrophic damage like microcephaly. It's also been crucial for studying other major threats like CMV and rubella. Now, let's zoom in on one of the most well-known and, honestly, most tragic environmental threats to the fetal brain, alcohol. Thanks to this kind of research, we have a really clear picture of the cascade of damage that happens. Alcohol just sails right across the placenta, and once it's there, it can disrupt blood flow in the fetal brain. This messes with the creation of new brain cells, a process called neurogenesis, and that directly increases the risk for those devastating, lifelong conditions known as fetal alcohol spectrum disorders. And here's a specific, really powerful finding from one study. Even a moderate dose of alcohol given to a baboon during its second trimester equivalent caused a key artery in the fetal brain to significantly expand. That is direct, measurable proof of how alcohol messes with the delicate regulation of the brain's blood supply. Primate research has also shed light on other common substances. It's shown that cannabinoids, like THC, can disrupt the fetus's own internal signaling system, a system that's essential for guiding brain development. And nicotine from tobacco can actually alter key brain receptors, which has been linked to higher risks for ADHD, anxiety, and depression later in life. So, what do we do with all this critical information? This is the most important part, right? It's all about translating these scientific findings into real-world public health protections. The researchers behind this work really put it perfectly. They say these insights are crucial, and they are. They are the absolute foundation for creating strategies to prevent harm in the first place, and for developing therapies to help those who've already been affected. And that's the ultimate payoff. This is why this all matters so much. The work done in these baboon models directly informs the public health advice that doctors give to expecting parents. It shapes policy, and it drives the search for new treatments for neurodevelopmental disorders. It is literally helping to protect the next generation. Which leaves us with a final, really important thought. Our world is constantly changing. We're always introducing new chemicals and new challenges into our environment. So the question isn't just about what we've already learned, but what invisible threats will these remarkable biological flight simulators help us identify and protect against next?